Hello everyone, my name is Miss Julie and I'm going to read Farfallina and Marcel by Holly Keller. We can see a nice picture of a flower and we can kind of, expect something that might happen. And there's our other friend. The rain fell all morning. It splattered on the pond and splashed on Farfallina's leaf. She found a dry spot and ate it. There's our little friend. Her name is Farfallina. And it seems like it's raining. I'm sure she's having a fun time enjoying the rain, eating some leaf. All right. Hi, Farfallina. She found a dry spot and started to eat. But there's another friend. Hey, said a little voice. You're eating my umbrella. Oh, I guess this little friend here was under this leaf. It was her umbrella. You're eating my umbrella. Farfallina peered over the edge. I wonder what peered means. Oh, I think Farfallina is putting her body close to the friend. A small gray bird was huddled underneath. So I guess this little friend doesn't like the rain, so she's under this leaf. I wonder how these two friends would get along. Farfallina liked his soft feathers and his gentle eyes. Oh, I think Farfallina likes him. I'm Farfallina, she said, and she slid down to the ground. My name is Marcel, said the bird. He liked Farfallina's smile and her pretty colors. Oh, do you think they're going to get along with each other? I think so. They like each other just by their looks so far. Let's find out what kind of things they do together. The rain turned to drizzle, and Farfallina wanted to play. I'll hide and you find me, she said. Oh, what are they going to play, everyone? Hide and seek, that's right. Marcel agreed. Farfallina hid under a fern close to the ground. Because she knew that Marcel couldn't climb. Ooh, can you think of something interesting here? Farfallina didn't go up to the tree because Marcel couldn't climb the tree. So if she was right there, Marcel could find her easily. Isn't that nice? Now I'll hide, said Marcel when he found her, and he hid right behind the tree because he knew that Farfallina moved slowly. Aw, isn't that so sweet? He hid right behind the tree so they can find each other really easily. I think they're getting along very well. They're becoming good friends. I can take you for a ride on the pond, said Marcel. Have you seen a caterpillar riding on a pond? This is a miracle. Farfallina inched her way up to Marcel's back. There you go. You tickle, said Marcel, and he slipped into the water. Look at them. They're having a blast. Farfallina giggled. There's so much to see, she said. I'm sure that Farfallina, as a caterpillar, she hasn't seen much around. They're having such a good time. Do you remember having a good time with your friends like Farfallina and Marcel? I do. Let's find out what other things they do together. Farfallina and Marcel played together every day. Playing with your friend every day must be so much fun. They liked the same games and they liked each other. But one day, Farfallina was not herself. I'm not sick, she told Marcel. Just a little uncomfortable. I wonder why Farfallina feels uncomfortable. I need to climb up onto a branch and rest for a while. Everyone, if you know something about caterpillars, why do you think caterpillars might go up to a tree and want to rest? We can infer what we already know about caterpillars. Maybe the caterpillar is preparing to become a butterfly? Let's find out if that is true. I'll wait for you, Marcel called as Farfallina made her way up the tree. Marcel watched until Farfallina was completely out of sight. Then he settled himself in the grass and waited. Do you think this little gosling know a clue what the caterpillar, what Farfallina might do up in the tree? But as a good friend, he said, I'll wait for you. The gosling will wait for Farfallina. Look, everyone. How long did Farfallina was up there? How long did Gosling, Marcel, was waiting down there? Night came and then morning, but Farfallina didn't come down. Oh, they were good friends. Why did Farfallina leave Marcel? I'm sure Marcel didn't understand. Marcel called to her, but she didn't answer. Farfallina! No sound. He was very worried and terribly lonely. How would you feel if your friend suddenly disappeared and don't come back? I would be really, really sad. Weeks went by. The afternoons grew longer and warmer, and Marcel went to the pond. Everyone, look. Marcel. How is Marcel different than before? Different than weeks before? He was growing. And when he looked at his reflection, just like a mirror, he's looking at himself. He hardly recognized himself. It wasn't the image that he remembers. He grown too. He's not Marcel the gosling. He's a grown-up goose. He went back to the tree every day to look for Farfallina. Farfallina. No answer. Farfallina. No answer. But she was never there. And after a while, he gave up. Oh, that's so sad. He gave up. He was waiting for his friend to come down, but there no sound. But at the top of the tree, look. Do you see Farfallina? Farfallina was snuggled in a blanket of glossy silk. He was making a cocoon. Our prediction, our inference was correct. Farfallina went up to the branch to prepare to be a butterfly. She was growing too. But did Marcel know that? No. Look, the sky was blue and clear. The morning she was ready to come out and open her beautiful new wings. Oh, there she is, ready to be a butterfly. Ta-da! She had no idea how long she had been up in the tree, and she floated down to find Marcel. It's Farfallina going down to find Marcel. I'll just wait. Is Marcel there under the tree? No, he's not there. So, just like Marcel, Farfallina was waiting just there. When she didn't see him and she sat on the flower, why do you think Farfallina was sitting on the flower? Waiting for Marcel to come and see Farfallina. But did Marcel come? No. How would she feel? She would feel the same, sad and disappointed. Night came and then morning, but Marcel wasn't there. Farfallina was tired and confused. Marcel! There were no sign of Marcel. She fluttered around a bit and went to the pond, but there were no Marcel. The pond was glassy smooth, except for the ripples made by a large, handsome goose who was swimming in a solitary circles. A goose was just swimming alone. Farfallina shivered with disappointment. Do you think Farfallina knows this is Marcel? No, there's just a adult goose swimming around the pond alone. So I guess she went there to say hello. She went to the pond every day to look for the small gray bird named Marcel. But he never came. There's no sign of baby Marcel Gosling. One morning, the goose stopped his silent rounds and spoke to her. "You must like it here," he said. Farfallina fluttered a bit. "I've been waiting for a friend," she said sadly, "but I don't think he'll come." Oh, Farfallina is disappointed and probably gave up, believing that he might not come back. Marcel liked her smile and her brilliant colors. "I know how you feel." "Of course, I know how you feel," he said. "I lost a friend too." She just vanished into thin air. Isn't it so sad? Farfallina liked his sleek feathers and his gentle eyes. Ooh, I think Farfallina liked the big goose. "A ride around the pond might cheer you up," Marcel said. Isn't this familiar? So Marcel suggests to give the little butterfly a ride. Farfallina thought it would, and she settled herself on Marcel's back. "It's funny," Marcel said, "but I feel as though I've known you a long time." "I was just thinking the same thing," said Farfallina. "My name is Farfallina. What's yours?" Marcel, stop suddenly. Can you imagine? Marcel fluttering her feathers. He beat the water with his strong wings. Then he swam around and around and around. "It's me, Farfallina," he shouted. "It's me, Marcel. Is that really you?" "It is," Farfallina shouted back. They looked at each other and laughed. Imagine how would they feel? Are they the same as before? No. Oh my goodness. By evening, they had explained everything, and they fell asleep smiling at the stars. Oh my goodness, they explained everything, explaining what happened. Can you imagine? Can you think of their friendship? Even though they grown up, their friendship is the same. Farfallina and Marcel spent the rest of the summer playing just as they had before. Do you remember what they played before when they were little? Yeah, they played hide and seek, and they had a good time every day. Marcel was careful not to fly too fast because he knew that Farfallina couldn't keep up. Farfallina didn't hide in the flowers because she knew that Marcel would never find her. They're so kind and gentle and so considerate thinking about each other. Don't you think so? They're such a good friend. And when the leaves on the trees, before I read this, what can you tell from the trees? What season is it? It's fall. I can see that the colors changed. Around the pond, the leaves turned red and gold. They decided to go south. Together. The end. Everyone, what can you tell? What do we know about birds? And what do we know about some butterflies when it gets cold? They fly to the south. They migrate. So I think Farfallina and Marcel migrates together and lived happily ever after. That was Farfallina and Marcel. The end.